Throw what you got in a pot chicken stew. This is very flavorful. It has a nice chicken gravy-like consistency, and the chicken is very juicy. In a Dutch oven or any unsafe pan, cook 2 pounds of chicken in 3 cups of chicken broth. It should almost completely cover the chicken. I also seasoned with about a half teaspoon of each. This included salt, pepper, garlic, oregano, parsley, and paprika, then cover with a lid or foil. Cook covered 45 minutes at 350 degrees, then uncovered for 30 minutes. Move the chicken to a bowl and strain off any of those weird fatty pieces. In the same pot, add a few tablespoons of oil, diced onion, bell pepper, and celery, or whatever you have on hand that you like to saute. You could throw everything in the pot with broth and it would be a good chicken soup, or doing this next step, you're creating gravy consistency that is rich in flavor. You want to saute until you see a little bit of golden brown caramelization color on your veggies. Like this here, then add diced garlic if you have it for about 30 seconds. Then add in about a half to 1 cup of the broth your chicken was cooked in. Let that simmer for about 5 minutes until the liquid has evaporated or absorbed into your veggies. This gives your veggies a bunch of flavor. This is the part that gives your stew a thicker consistency. If you don't want to, it's fine. It's just going to be more soup-like. Melt 3 tablespoons of butter in your veggies. Next, add same amount of flour, 3 tablespoons. Mix well and let the flour cook for a minute or 2. Now add 1 cup of chicken broth and whisk that well to break up any lumps. Next, add remaining 6 cups of broth, and I added about 4 carrots and 5 potatoes cut into bite-sized pieces. Then place the chicken breasts whole back into the pot and back into the oven, covered until carrots and potatoes are fork tender. Add 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar, the same seasonings as we put on the chicken, plus dried thyme, and I used some fresh basil as well. This can all be done on the stovetop instead of the oven. You can now cut or shred your chicken. I didn't want tiny shreds of chicken this time, and because of how we cooked the chicken, it falls apart easily. So to avoid that, I cut mine into pretty big chunks and only stirred gently. This is so good poured over rice or your favorite noodles, or even with a pie crust on top like a pot pie. I also tasted the broth here to adjust the seasoning, and I added fresh parsley on top. I just had my bowl with bread and butter. I really liked the flavor basil added to this. Let me know what you had to throw in a pot and how you liked it. Please subscribe. Family rated this 9 out of 10.